Okay, so like I've been like rewatching this anime, right? This anime is called My Dress Up Darling. And right now we're gonna go a little bit in depth into it because I just rewatched the whole series in English. I watched it in Japanese and in English. And we're gonna go a breakdown of episode 1 because I can't get this show out of my mind because I remember when I first watched this show for the first time, I remember that Gojo, I always thought that he was a loser, and he still kind of is. But now I kind of understand their situation a little bit better. Probably some stuff that I missed on the first. So basically, Gojo, he lives with his grandpa, and his grandpa runs a Hina doll shop. And basically, he just learns from him, and like he like dresses him up or whatever. Basically, he like I guess he I guess this like the first encounter. She literally just bumps her head into her to his desk and just like dies for a millisecond. But I guess that was just like their first encounter or whatever. But then after that, uh, you kind of get to like there's this scene where it's like from her point of view, and you get to know more about her character. But then the next scene right after it, it it kind of reinforces her character, or kind of like so like in this scene right where she's talking to Gojo and basically telling him that like the other classmates are using him or whatever, but like she actually came to help. Now, basically what happened, he was making something for the doll, but the machine broke. This machine that he had, because he's like a very old machine. So he goes to school and uses the machines at school, because like nobody uses them. But then, as he's like doing that or whatever, somebody walks in, as you may know who, walks in, and this man acting all strange over here, talking to the pencil. Like right now, he's gonna start talking. Like he literally just starts talking to the pencil, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, it's over." His entire. Do I not have subtitles? No, because this is. See, this is dub. I was watching a dub, but yeah, and like basically, instead of like, so Gojo thought right here, this is the end. This is where like his whole life falls apart or whatever. But like instead of like insulting him, she's like amazed that he's able to sew clothing. So then she's like, "Hey, can you like help me out with something since you know how to sew?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, I want to make a cosplay." And then boom, that's the plot. And then they make cosplays, right? Pretty simple, pretty not pretty simple, pretty compact. What I, what I determine if a show is good or not is if you watch the first 3 episodes. If you're hooked by the first 3 episodes, is good. And I was hooked by the first episode. I didn't even have to watch anything else. I was like when the first episode came out, and I remember I was watching it on release back in the day. But when the first episode came out and everything, like I would just wait for the next one because it's an actual good series. Like it's an actual good series. But basically, this is the setup. Now, from the 3 episode arc, the main like first plot point, basically he needs to get this cosplay done, the one that he was like telling her about, like whatever she's wearing. Basically, he needs to get it done by a certain time, but he doesn't have enough time to do it. So the conflict comes with him having to manage everything and be able to make the cosplay. But then afterwards, because of a misunderstanding. And I think this happens in episode 2, because in episode 3 they go, but yeah, there was like a misunderstanding, and basically, Gojo overworked himself to finish the outfit when the outfit wasn't even needed, and that kind of like showed Marie that like he was willing to put in all like that effort and work into the into like something that she was also interested because like both of them are interested in it. So like that's the basic the first 3 episodes. After that, um, oh okay, nice. We actually have the titles. That's actually really nice. Then this one, Uh, yeah. So this one is basically so they have to take measurements for like the outfit and they go shopping and stuff. And then here's when they actually go to the convention. Then this is when Maurice, I mean Gojo's grandpa meets Marie. Uh, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember what I remember. This one. This one they just hang out at his at Marie's house. I can't remember the exact plot points of these other ones, but in between here, I think somewhere around here, this is, yeah, yeah. So this right here, so like, okay, this is like the first arc, right? These first three episodes, and then the next section will be like these four right here, because these right here, they introduce the new characters, which is some other like cosplaying people or whatever, and yeah, like this chunk is like all that, and then here's the resolution. So like first half is just Marie and Gojo, and then the second half is the other people joining, but then it ends again with just Marie and Gojo. And like overall, for like these types of animes, uh, it's actually pretty good. I definitely recommend it. I definitely be like, oh yeah, you should totally watch this. Now, also, I never do this either, but watching a dub, some dubs are actually good. The dub for this one is good. So I'll even say watch it both dub and sub. But uh that's it for this video. I just wanted to get those thoughts out there because I just rewatched the show and I was like kind of hyped for it. But yeah, I recommend you should watch it. 8 out of 10.